Hello and welcome to your course overview for the didactic portion of NUR 252. The course will open up to your home page and you should start at the Getting Started module. This was opened up at the end of last semester and now you have access to your class modules. You'll notice that I am in the student view to provide you some ease of access if you come in contact with the concern that you are unable to move forward in the course. We have the course locked down because what we find is that when students are skipping around in the course because they want the calendar, then we miss other important information. So this is asking you to complete the information in sequence. If ever you're having a concern, always look to see what it's asking you to do. So for this first page, you have to view it to be able to progress, and so on and so forth. So here's the Getting Started and Syllabus Survey. And then once that is completed, then these check marks will continue. We have a new addition, the Course Resources module. So you will have to complete that and move through every single page to get to your first module. Please note that sometimes the links will break even after we have verified that they are working. So if you find that a link is broken, please just send a message. At this point, in the course, to give you a head start, we have opened up Module 1, Module 2, which is your antepartum centered care, as well as your men's health, which is your last module. Your Module 1 and Module 7 are completely asynchronous, which means that you will be doing all of the work on your own. There are lecture videos contained within these modules, as well as the Q&A, which allows you to ask questions in real time. I did want to point out your attention that the final review information will not be accessible until you complete the men's health module. We do this from lessons learned, as often people will leave the men's health module to the week of finals. They rush through it and then it becomes an area of weakness for the actual final. So we will go ahead and leave the student view and do some course navigating. All of this other information is already familiar to you as this is your third semester. I do want to go over to our syllabus page, which contains our syllabus document, the curriculum content for Maricopa Nursing, as well as Block 1 and Block 2 skills that as you have passed Block 1 and Block 2 or an advanced placement, we know that you have been deemed as competent in these skills and knowledge, otherwise you would not have placed into Block 3. Please note that we do not tend to review skills and content from Block 1 and 2. So if this was one of the things where you had some difficulty or you haven't been in school for a really long time, please be sure to go over the information and the skills. Wherever you see pending, we are still in progress as we are unofficial in everything until the first day of the semester, as you see noted above. For a lot of these live documents, we utilize Google Docs. For Google Docs to function, you must be logged in not just only to your maricopa.edu email, but also to your maricopa.edu email in your browser. If you do not have both of these matching, as you can tell by the picture, then the documents will force you to ask permission. We will not give you permission because all the documents have been set for you to have free access. Please check this first before you send in an email or a request. We also have a fabulous points calculator tool, which does have a video for instructions. The video is generic for courses, as we do use this in prerequisite courses as well as nursing. Here you will also find your OB didactic calendar. This would be the OB part of your syllabus. It is listed by module, when it is available, contains your learning objectives, the content that we cover in the curriculum, and then what your assignments are. This is a flipped classroom format, so you are expected to complete all readings. Recommended readings are only needed if you have a weakness in that area or need to review. This particular one has a DQ, and within Module 1, we have the Welcome and the Women's Health module, so it's a double. Here you also have a prompt to look ahead to men's health because it is asynchronous. Again, please do not forget about it. As you progress through, You will also notice the same framework with additional opportunities for seeing the list of assignments due. I did want to note that we do allow for proctored points with PrepU, and to assist you in getting to a mastery level of 6, your first attempt must be completed the same day of your lecture. What we want to do for this is help you to identify where your weaknesses are. So wherever you place in your mastery level is A-OK, but to get full points, you must complete the first attempt by midnight on the date of lecture. You will have unlimited attempts to get these proctored points. And again, your mastery level goal is a 6. You'll be able to see the rubric when you open up the assignment. The final attempt that we will accept is the one that occurs before 7 a.m. on your exam day. You'll notice too, we condensed readings and we replaced them with watch and learn, practice and learn, and Picmonics. So this way it will decompress the amount of reading that has to get done. Any addendums to the syllabus will be placed below this point here. Now let's go to your modules. The video that you are watching is contained herein. You will be able to post your questions here that come up in real time. Please make sure that you read what's listed before you ask a duplicate question. If you do have a duplicate question, just hit the like on the comment, and then that will allow me to assess if that needs to be addressed in the Q&A or if that needs to be addressed in orientation. I use SoftChalk, which is an interactive module framework, and so please watch this video to learn how to make it work for you. Depending on the type of system that you have, it will give you tricks and tips for functionality. And here you will be able to see the modules. Again, we do utilize the welcome module, the Q&A framework. Same rules apply. This is also where you will be able to find lecture videos and PowerPoints. What I'll do now is go ahead and skip forward beyond our asynchronous module into the first module that you'll be expected to have ready the first week of classes. Again, you will see the SoftChalk. You will have the opportunity to ask questions. You will do your pre-lecture quiz, which is always due by 8 a.m. on the date of lecture. Pre-lecture quizzes are taken at home on lockdown browser and monitor. Then here is your PrepU that you have the opportunity to take. It opens up after lecture. You have until midnight to take the first attempt, and then you have until as many attempts as you'd like until 7 a.m. on the day of your exam. And then you'll see your exam here. So every single module is designed in the exact same way. And again, they are also force-driven, so you cannot go to high risk until you've completed antepartum, cannot go to intrapartum until you've completed high risk. So please do not send emails asking your med-surg faculty to open up the modules early. The reason why we do that as well is we find that people get distracted and overwhelmed, and it's better to get going in the course a little bit for the first couple weeks, and then we can open up the med-surg modules. Another helpful tip, when you're looking at your OB didactic calendar, you'll find that there are no page numbers listed. There are no page numbers because we find that if we click on the page and we're looking at the electronic page and somebody clicks on a different part or a different inch, then it shows a different page, and then that creates a lot of frustration. So what we do is we actually highlight which things you need to read here. So to find that, what you can do is go to the contents, and I want to mirror to you here is chapter 20. Here is also chapter 20. We'd like you to read diabetes mellitus, and within diabetes mellitus, you can see all of the important information. If you move into cardiovascular disorders, you see hypertension and chronic hypertension only. When you go here, You do not read congenital and acquired heart diseases, you read hypertension and chronic hypertension. Similarly, we do not cover asthma. And under hematologic conditions, mirrored here, you only are reading iron deficiency anemia, not thalassemia. And we will speak about sickle cell based on its effect on pregnancy and preterm labor, but you do not need to read this, okay? We work very hard to provide additional things for you to do rather than have to do more reading. So an example of that would be a picmonic on preeclampsia assessment. We do truly hope that this orientation has been helpful for you. So your next step now is to start your modules, and then you may also go over to the lab course where you will find your orientation video for your experiential. We look forward to seeing you at orientation.